Alright guys, hold on tight. We're cracking open one of nature's craziest wonders. From giant ostrich eggs that could feed a family to tiny ones smaller than your fingertip.
How cute is that? Oh my goodness.
The way oviparous animals hatch life is straight up wild. Some bake beneath the desert sun, others balance on icy penguin feet, and a few even grow inside their parents' bodies. Every single hatch is a wild mix of instinct, survival, and pure nature magic.
Oh my god. Dude, there's a freaking ostrich in here.
So stick around. By the end of this ride, you'll never think of an egg the same way again. Number 15. Ostrich egg, nature's giant wonder. Remember how we said some eggs are so big they could feed a whole family? Let's start with the ostrich egg, the true heavyweight of the animal kingdom. Out on Africa's sun-scorched savannas, ostriches, the largest living birds on Earth, can stand up to 9 feet tall and weigh as much as 150 kilograms, 330 pounds. But it's their eggs that really grab attention. Each egg can weigh up to 1.4 kilograms, 3 pounds, roughly the same as 24 chicken eggs, and stretch up to 15 centimeters, 6 inches long. These massive eggs give the chicks a strong start in the harsh open plains. Ostriches carefully protect their eggs. They dig a shallow nest in the sand, just wide enough to hold 10 to 20 eggs, and both parents share incubation duties. The female sits on the eggs during the day, using her light, sandy-colored feathers to blend in with the ground and hide the nest from predators. At night, the male takes over, his darker feathers camouflaging the eggs in the shadows. This teamwork keeps the eggs at the right temperature, protecting them from the blazing sun by day and the chilly desert nights. After about 42 days of incubation, the chicks finally break free from their enormous shells. They are precocial, which means they can run, peck, and follow their parents almost immediately, a necessary skill to survive in the open savanna full of predators. From their enormous size to the careful parental care, ostrich eggs are a perfect example of nature's ingenuity, a jaw-dropping start to our journey into the wildest, craziest eggs on the planet. Number 14. Emperor penguin egg, the father's frozen miracle. From the blazing African savanna, we now travel to the icy wilderness of Antarctica, home to the emperor penguin, the largest penguin species in the world. These birds face some of the harshest conditions on the planet, with winter temperatures dropping below -60 degrees Celsius and winds reaching over 200 kilometers per hour. Yet, life finds a way, starting with their incredible approach to hatching eggs. Unlike most birds, the male emperor penguin takes full responsibility for the egg once it is laid. After the female lays a single egg, she carefully transfers it to the male, who balances it on his feet and covers it with a warm brood pouch. This simple-looking pouch is essential, keeping the egg insulated from the freezing Antarctic winds and ice. While the male incubates the egg, he cannot feed, surviving only on fat reserves, sometimes for more than 2 months, until the female returns from the sea with food. The egg remains in this frozen cradle for about 65 days, exposed to relentless cold and fierce storms, yet the father's dedication ensures that the embryo develops safely. When the chick finally hatches, it emerges covered in soft down and relies entirely on the father for warmth until the mother returns. The emperor penguin egg is a remarkable example of extreme parental care and survival in the harshest environment on Earth, showing how life can thrive even where it seems impossible. It is a story of endurance, sacrifice, and nature's genius, a perfect follow-up to the giant ostrich eggs, and a reminder that no 2 eggs are hatched the same way. Number 13. Sea turtle eggs, nature's hidden journey. After traveling from the icy Antarctic to the blazing savannas of Africa, we now head to the sun-soaked beaches of tropical oceans, where sea turtles embark on one of the most dangerous journeys in the animal kingdom. Female sea turtles come ashore every few years to lay their eggs, digging deep holes in the sand to protect their clutch, which can range from 50 to over 100 eggs at a time. Once the eggs are safely buried, the mother returns to the sea, leaving the eggs to incubate under the warmth of the sun. Unlike ostriches or penguins, there is no parental care after laying, and the developing embryos rely entirely on the environment for survival. The sand not only keeps the eggs hidden from predators, but also regulates their temperature, which astonishingly determines the gender of the hatchlings. Warmer sands produce more females, cooler sands produce more males. After about 60 days, tiny hatchlings break free from their shells. Instinct drives them toward the ocean, navigating by the natural light of the horizon. This perilous journey is full of threats, from birds and crabs on the beach to sharks in the ocean, making it a true test of survival from the very first moments of life. Sea turtle eggs showcase the resilience of life and the incredible role of nature in guiding creatures from the safety of the sand to the vast, unpredictable ocean. From ostriches to penguins and now turtles, each species has perfected its own strategy to ensure the next generation survives in vastly different environments. Number 12. Megapode eggs, nature's living oven. From the beaches of tropical oceans, we now move to the forests of Australia and Southeast Asia, home to the fascinating megapode, also known as the mound-building bird. Unlike most birds, megapodes do not sit on their eggs to incubate them. Instead, they rely on the heat generated by rotting vegetation or warm soil in carefully constructed mounds to bring their eggs to life. A single mound can contain hundreds of eggs, buried at varying depths to regulate temperature. The birds meticulously add or remove layers of leaves, sticks, and soil to keep the eggs at the perfect warmth. In some species, the male alone maintains the mound, constantly checking the temperature and adjusting the materials. This natural incubation can last anywhere from 50 to 80 days, depending on the environment. When the chicks finally hatch, they are fully feathered and remarkably independent. Unlike most birds, they do not rely on their parents for feeding or protection. The young chicks immediately dig their way out of the mound and begin life on their own, ready to forage and survive in the wild. Megapode eggs are a striking example of how evolution can produce unique strategies for survival. Number 11. Komodo dragon eggs, the hidden predators. On the rugged islands of Indonesia, one of nature's most powerful reptiles takes a surprisingly careful approach to reproduction. The Komodo dragon, the world's largest living lizard, may be a fearsome hunter, but when it comes to eggs, the female becomes a strategic guardian. She lays up to 30 eggs in hidden nests, often using abandoned burrows or digging mounds in soil and vegetation to keep them safe from predators, including other Komodo dragons. The eggs incubate for about 8 months, relying entirely on the natural warmth of their environment. Unlike birds, the female does not rotate the eggs, but by carefully selecting the nest location, she ensures the embryos develop at the right temperature. Some females even guard the nest for a while to prevent intruders from disturbing the clutch. When the hatchlings finally emerge, danger is immediate. Young Komodo dragons must climb trees and hide to survive, avoiding adult dragons that may see them as food. Despite these challenges, the hidden nests give enough offspring the chance to grow into the island's top predators. Komodo dragon eggs are an extraordinary example of how nature balances stealth, patience, and survival. Number 10. Python eggs, the mother's warm embrace. After exploring the hidden nests of Komodo dragons, we move to the dense forests and tropical regions where pythons, some of the largest snakes in the world, lay their eggs with remarkable care. Female pythons can lay anywhere from 20 to 100 eggs at a time, depending on the species, and unlike many reptiles, they actively incubate their eggs to ensure the embryos develop safely. The mother coils around her clutch, creating a warm, protective spiral. She uses a process called shivering thermogenesis, gently vibrating her muscles to generate heat, keeping the eggs at the ideal temperature. This remarkable behavior allows the eggs to develop properly, even in fluctuating environmental conditions, and can last for 60 days or more, depending on the species and climate. When the hatchlings finally emerge, they are fully formed and capable of hunting small prey immediately. Unlike birds or mammals, they receive no further care from their mother, relying entirely on their instincts to survive in the wild. Python eggs demonstrate yet another unique strategy in nature's playbook, showing how parental care can take many forms beyond what we typically expect. Number 9. Saltwater crocodile eggs, the fierce protector. Leaving behind the coiled nests of pythons, we now venture into the steamy mangroves and murky riverbanks of Southeast Asia and northern Australia, where the saltwater crocodile rules both land and water. Known as one of the most formidable predators on Earth, this giant reptile also shows a surprisingly gentle side when it comes to her eggs. When nesting season arrives, the female crocodile gathers mud, sand, and rotting vegetation to build a massive mound near the water's edge. Inside, she lays between 40 and 60 eggs, carefully sealing them within the warm, humid nest. This natural incubator doesn't just protect the eggs, it decides their future. The nest temperature determines the sex of the hatchlings. Higher temperatures produce more males, while cooler ones produce more females. For nearly 3 months, the mother guards her nest like a fortress. Any creature that comes too close risks her explosive defense. Yet when the hatchlings begin to squeak softly from within their shells, her behavior changes completely. She gently digs them out, cradles the fragile young in her powerful jaws, and carries them safely to the water. The saltwater crocodile's nesting ritual is a powerful reminder that even the fiercest predators have a nurturing side. From the deserts of ostriches to the ice of penguins, the beaches of turtles, and the jungles of reptiles, every egg holds a story of strength, survival, and the instinct to protect life at all costs. Number 8. Platypus eggs, the mammal that defied evolution. From the fierce rivers ruled by crocodiles, we head into the calm freshwater streams of eastern Australia, where one of the strangest animals on Earth quietly challenges everything we know about mammals, the platypus. With its duck-like bill, webbed feet, and beaver-like tail, it looks like a creature from a dream, yet its most surprising trait is that it lays eggs. When the breeding season begins, the female platypus digs a deep tunnel into the muddy riverbank, sometimes stretching more than 10 meters underground. At the end of this passage, she builds a soft, secure nest made of wet leaves and grass. Here, she lays 1 to 3 soft-shelled eggs and curls her body around them, keeping them warm with her own body heat. Unlike birds, she doesn't sit on her eggs. Instead, her warmth transfers directly through her skin, providing the perfect temperature for development. After about 10 days, the eggs hatch, revealing tiny, blind, and completely helpless babies. The mother nurses them with milk that seeps from special pores in her skin, which the young lap directly from her fur. This unusual feeding method is yet another feature that sets the platypus apart from any other mammal. The platypus egg is a living window into evolution's imagination, proof that nature doesn't follow strict rules. From the protective crocodile to this egg-laying mammal, each species adds a new twist to the story of life, showing how endlessly inventive the natural world can be. Number 7. Kiwi eggs, nature's small bird with a big challenge. After meeting the egg-laying platypus, our journey takes us to the lush, green forests of New Zealand, where one small, flightless bird carries one of the greatest burdens in the animal kingdom, the kiwi. This shy, nocturnal creature may be about the size of a chicken, but it lays an egg so enormous that it defies logic. A female kiwi weighing just 2 to 3 kilograms can produce an egg that weighs up to 450 grams, nearly a quarter of her own body weight. As the egg grows inside her, it takes up so much space that her other organs are squeezed tight, forcing her to stop eating for several days before laying. When the time comes, she burrows deep into the forest floor or soft soil to safely deposit her gigantic egg. After laying, the male takes over the duty of incubation, keeping the egg warm and protected for about 75 to 85 days. The yolk inside is unusually large, providing the chick with enough nutrients to hatch fully feathered and ready to fend for itself almost immediately. The kiwi's egg is a true marvel of endurance and adaptation. It shows how even a small, quiet creature can take on one of nature's greatest challenges to keep life going. From the mammal that lays eggs to this tiny bird with a giant task, nature never stops proving that its creativity knows no limits. Number 6. Octopus eggs, the mother who gives everything. Leaving the misty forests of New Zealand behind, we dive deep into the ocean's mysterious world, where one of nature's most remarkable mothers makes the ultimate sacrifice, the octopus. Beneath the surface, this intelligent creature's story isn't about survival alone, but about devotion pushed to its very limit. After mating, the female octopus finds a secluded cave or a hollow shell where she begins her final mission, laying thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands, of tiny eggs. Each egg is no bigger than a grain of rice, yet together they form glistening curtains that shimmer gently in the current. She attaches them carefully, one by one, turning her hidden den into a nursery glowing with life. From the moment her eggs are laid, she becomes their guardian. Day and night, she keeps them clean, blowing soft streams of water across them to ensure they stay oxygen-rich and free from harm. She never hunts, never leaves her post. Her body weakens, but her instinct never wavers. When the time comes, the eggs hatch into a swirling cloud of tiny octopuses, each carried away by the currents to face the vastness of the sea. Her purpose fulfilled, the mother fades quietly, her life ending where her children begin. The octopus's sacrifice stands as one of nature's most hauntingly beautiful truths, a mother's love that costs her everything. From the Kiwi's endurance on land to this selfless guardian beneath the waves, nature's devotion to new life knows no boundaries. Number 5. Seahorse eggs, fatherhood in the ocean. In the colorful world of coral reefs, one of the ocean's most surprising parents takes center stage, the male seahorse. Unlike almost every other species, it is the father who carries the responsibility of protecting and nurturing the next generation, turning the typical idea of parenting upside down. During mating, the female transfers her tiny eggs into a special brood pouch on the male's belly. Once inside, the eggs are fertilized and securely sheltered. The pouch not only protects them from predators, but also supplies oxygen and nutrients, effectively acting as a natural incubator. Depending on the species and water temperature, the eggs develop over 10 days to 6 weeks. When the time comes, the male goes through a remarkable birthing process, releasing dozens or even hundreds of fully formed miniature seahorses into the water. Each tiny seahorse is immediately independent, ready to swim and survive on its own. Seahorse eggs offer one of the ocean's most unusual examples of parental care. Number 4. Clownfish eggs, life among the anemones. Beneath the gentle swaying tentacles of sea anemones, one of the ocean's most colorful and clever parents works tirelessly to protect its young, the clownfish. Known for their vibrant orange and white stripes, clownfish have an unexpected level of dedication when it comes to their eggs. After the female lays her tiny eggs on a flat surface near the protective anemone, the male takes on the role of caretaker. He fans the eggs with his fins to provide oxygen, carefully removes debris, and guards them from predators. This daily attention continues until the eggs are ready to hatch, which usually takes about 6 to 10 days depending on water temperature. When the hatchlings emerge, they are tiny, fragile, and immediately vulnerable to the dangers of the reef. Yet, by placing the eggs near the stinging tentacles of their anemone home, the parents give them a safe haven where predators are unlikely to venture. Clownfish eggs demonstrate yet another inventive way life ensures survival. Number 3. Frog eggs, tiny spheres of life. Along the edges of ponds and streams, life begins in a cluster of tiny, jelly-like spheres, the eggs of frogs. These seemingly simple orbs hold the promise of a remarkable transformation, turning from small embryos into hopping amphibians capable of surviving both in water and on land. Female frogs lay hundreds to thousands of eggs at a time, often in shallow water or attached to aquatic plants. The eggs are coated in a gelatinous substance that keeps them moist and provides a first line of defense against predators and environmental stress. In some species, parents go even further, hiding eggs under leaves, carrying them on their backs, or guarding them until they hatch. After several days to weeks, depending on the species and temperature, the embryos hatch into tiny tadpoles. These tadpoles live entirely in water, feeding on algae and growing rapidly. Over time, they undergo a dramatic metamorphosis, developing legs, absorbing their tails, and finally emerging as fully formed frogs, ready to explore both land and water. Frog eggs remind us that even the smallest, most unassuming eggs can hold incredible potential. Number 2. Quail eggs, small wonders of the grasslands. From the sun-soaked beaches of sea turtles, we move to the open grasslands, where one of the tiniest eggs in the bird world quietly carries the next generation, the quail egg. Despite their small size, these eggs hold all the nutrients a developing chick needs to start life in a world full of predators and challenges. Female quails typically lay a clutch of 8 to 12 eggs, placing them in shallow nests, hidden among grasses or under shrubs. The eggs are speckled and camouflaged, blending perfectly with their surroundings to avoid detection by predators. Incubation usually lasts around 16 to 18 days, during which the mother carefully keeps the eggs warm and protected. When the chicks hatch, they are small but fully feathered and precocial, able to leave the nest almost immediately and follow their mother in search of food. This early independence increases their chances of survival in the open grasslands, where danger is always near. Quail eggs may be tiny, but they showcase nature's ingenuity, proving that size doesn't limit the potential for life. Number 1. Hummingbird eggs, life in miniature. High above the grasslands where quail eggs hatch, we enter the delicate world of the treetops to discover one of nature's tiniest wonders, the hummingbird egg. Though no larger than a jelly bean, these miniature eggs carry the potential for life in one of the smallest and most energetic birds on Earth. The female hummingbird lays only 1 or 2 eggs at a time, carefully placing them in tiny cup-shaped nests made from moss, plant fibers, and spider silk. Despite their tiny size, measuring just 1 to 2 centimeters, each egg contains all the nutrients the chick needs to grow and thrive. The mother incubates them diligently for 2 to 3 weeks, keeping them warm and safe from predators. When the chicks hatch, they are tiny and completely dependent on their mother. Over the following weeks, she feeds and protects them until they are strong enough to take their first flight. Hummingbird eggs show us that even the smallest packages can hold a miracle of life. From the enormous ostrich eggs to these miniature treasures, every egg tells a story of survival, resilience, and the extraordinary ways nature ensures the next generation. So if you love this journey through nature's miracles, don't forget to hit subscribe and join us for even more amazing discoveries.